Hey guys, today we're going to be making some crab and shrimp spinach dip. Okay guys, so today I'm going to be making one of my favorite appetizers, crab and shrimp spinach dip. These are the ingredients that I'll be using today. We have some shrimp, a bag of spinach, we have some cheese here, and that's just a mixture of parmesan and mozzarella, cream cheese, some diced onions, some crab meat. I've used just canned crab meat to make it simple. Some heavy cream, white wine, butter, flour, garlic, parsley, and we have here our seasonings. In this seasoning mix, we have some salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, some Old Bay seasoning, paprika, and some chicken bouillon. And as always, all the measurements will be listed in the description box below. So first we're going to start by blanching our spinach. So you're just going to bring a pot of salted water to boil. We're going to add in all of our spinach. I'm using about a 10-ounce bag. This will all wilt down into a very small amount, so go ahead and use as much spinach as you like. And we're just going to let this boil for about 2 to 3 minutes. And while the spinach is cooking, I will come over and start chopping up my shrimp into smaller bite-sized pieces. And then I'll just be adding just a bit of seasoning on top. I'm just using some all-purpose seasoning and a bit of cayenne pepper. Once that's done, we'll leave that to the side. Now that the spinach is done cooking, I'm going to drain this, and then I will immediately put this in an ice water bath. That way the spinach will stop cooking. I'll drain the ice water, and then we're going to remove all the excess water out of the spinach. So you're going to be using a lot of paper towels. So I'm just squeezing all the water out of the spinach. And you're going to have to do this a few times. You want to make sure that the spinach is dry because you don't want it to release any type of water in your dip once you're cooking it. Once we've squeezed all the moisture out, I'm just going to cut up the spinach into smaller pieces. That way it'll break up more easily in the dip. Now, having our pan on medium to high heat, we're going to add in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to cook our shrimp for about 1 minute on each side. Once that's done, we'll remove from the pan. Once I've removed the shrimp, I will turn the heat down to medium and add in about 2 tablespoons of butter. And then I'll add in my onions and start to saute. You want to cook the onions until they start to turn transparent. Now I'll just sprinkle my flour on top, and we're going to stir this around and make sure that the flour cooks for about 1 to 2 minutes to get that flour taste out. And then we'll add in our garlic. Now we're just going to add a bit of white wine just to deglaze the pan. This step is completely optional. And then we'll be adding in our heavy cream. Once the cream starts to boil a bit, you're going to add in the cream cheese. Just break it up so that it's easier to melt. And we'll just keep stirring it around until the cream cheese melts. Now we'll add in all of our seasonings. Once the seasons are incorporated, I'm going to turn my heat off and then add in my cheese. You want to make sure that when you're adding in the cheese, it's on a low temperature or your heat is turned off. That way the cheese melts properly without burning. And we'll just keep stirring until everything's nice and melted. And then we'll add in our crab meat, spinach, and our parsley. Now you want to make sure that you're giving the sauce a good mix because you want the spinach to distribute evenly throughout the sauce. Once that's done, we will add in our shrimp, and then we will place this in a baking dish. And then we're just going to top this off with some more cheese. You're going to bake this at 375 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. And at about the last 2 minutes, you're going to put the oven on broil so that you can get that nice brown bubbly texture. And the dip is all done. You can serve this with tortilla chips or baguettes. Typically, I like to use baked naan bread. And there you have it. Delicious crab and shrimp spinach dip. Thanks for tuning in and see you next time on Mama's Easy Kitchen.